It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. It's the Toronto Raptors and Chicago. It's got to be a relief to see Jonas Valanciunas back in uniform, looking healthy and ready to go.
Kevin, you know, injuries can really be tough. The pain, the rehab, the monotony, not being able to help your team out on the court, all of that weighs on you. I'm sure he's excited and relieved to be back in uniform.
And he's been working very hard to get to this point. I mean, that rehab is always a challenge, so you know he won't take it for granted.
Pau Gasol was the #3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Toronto right now, they've got Damari Carroll out there. Corey Joseph is out there at the DeRozan. Then it's Scola, and it's Biyombo at the center. Chicago on defense. It's a three-point game. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And Biyombo drops them both. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road. Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Dwayne Casey. One player he doesn't want to overlook is Pau Gasol. He said Pau has that hook shot that is nearly impossible to guard, and that most of their defense on Pau will be forcing him to catch it away from the basket. We'll see if they can execute that plan, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. A floater.
Nie za łatwo, nie można tak tutaj dać wchodzić.
I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Out to the right wing. McDermott hits to Gasol. Another one falls for Chicago.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Now here's Joseph. Brooks covering. Rejected by Gasol. And here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does. You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
The Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. There's the pick. Carroll, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. Chicago leading by 3. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. He's really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for the Bulls. Gibson comes in for Portis. And McDermott drops them both.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy
Co
Butler.
tu się
It's
dzieje?
his first foul of the game. And the Raptors with some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Biyombo. And it's Powell in for Damari Carroll. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. Four on the clock. That one goes in, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Nie, no, no za 3 trafia. Tego jeszcze nie grali. I teraz blokuje, co za człowiek. Ojej, ojej, ojoj.
Yeah, I mean, the whole stretch offensively, they desperately need a basket.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Got that one up quick.
3.
Butler's got his second basket of the night.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful.
No ale panie Noah, pan się podnieść trochę do góry.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Here's Dunleavy. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
And so here's Toronto. They trail by 7. Patterson, the screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
The free throw drops for Powell.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
Chicago leading by 6. Here's Moore.
Nie ma wody na pustyni. Co to było?
It's stolen by Dunleavy. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got his second basket of the game.
Kontra też.
By having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Dawaj, dawaj, dawaj.
Toronto will retain possession.
Ej, dziadek się już porusza.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick
6
2
sekund.
points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. 3 on the clock. Joseph.
No się.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
And the basket good.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit.
And power forward Patrick Patterson. Getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yeah, Velcro value-utility, I call him, the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to do.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. It's always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Brooks out there with E'Twaun Moore. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Pau Gasol. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Brooks with no one around.
Yeah,
off the mark. Raptors trail by 9.
And for Luis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. He was a starter for most of his career. Then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in out of bounds as the Bulls
Wyszedł.
some good defense in the NBA, so let's check out the leaders. Number 1, the Bulls.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
Like you were talking about Scola, he has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
DeRozan against Butler. And it's DeRozan missing. The Bulls leading by 12. Gasol inside. DeRozan defending. Here's Portis. 9 points last game. McDermott. Off target from outside. Now here's Joseph. He's covered closely. Pass to DeRozan. Deep 2 from Carroll. And again, no good by Toronto. Chicago's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Out to the right wing.
No, to jest.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
And DeRozan, here we go.
Jak ja oddał.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
Złapcie to, panowie. Tak jest.
Start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass. Whoa, that'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
A jak tam do przerwy w piłce ręcznej, start ledwie w Kielce, 15-16 już dla Kielc. A nasza Pogoń prowadzi 15-12 po pierwszym próbie z Piotrkowym Trybunalskim. Piotr.
Takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break.
A jak Ekstraklasa? 1-0 Wisła do przerwy z Kochaną. Po bramce Patryka Małeckiego.
I'm sure coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And it's E'Twaun Moore. That's his first foul.
Co to było?
And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Joseph dishes to score. It's all in by the Bulls.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked right here over these last 10 games.
To był techniczny faul.
This is how they stack up. First, oh no, bad time to slip up there.
I to jest chyba techniczny faul, tak jest. Brawo. Rzucił nim jak świnią. Ty, ale dlaczego ten gra? Co jest grane? Dlaczego ten rzuca? Oszukują mnie w tej grze. Jak techniczny byłem, nie faulował, rzucił mną jak świnią. O co tu chodzi? Co za oszuści? Jak tam twój kupon? Hej sędzia, jak tam twój kupon? Co jest grane? Czegoś takiego nie widziałem. On miał rzut jeden, ja mam teraz rzuty? O co tu chodzi? Jeszcze czegoś takiego nie spotkałem.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skill.
O co tu chodziło? Jak może być faul techniczny i że on ma jeden rzut? Za co?
There's the pick. Powell kicks to DeRozan. No good off the pick.
And, you know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface.
Ale ładnie.
Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014. Was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt, he's the real deal.
No się daje.
The shot by Carroll no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Pogrom.
Trail by 19. Outside DeRozan.
No, tujeczka. Nie ma.
Collected by Snell. Chicago has gone 1 of 4 from 3.
No panowie, biegamy do... Hop.
That's good.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
And he gets it to go. 13 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And the shooting has really been there for him today. But he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try
to get Gibson faulował.
That's his first foul.
Ale punkty zaliczone, to też dobre.
And it's Brooks in for Justin Holiday. And the Raptors also making a change. Patrick Patterson, who's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. To the middle, here's Valanciunas. And so he draws the foul on the shot.
Czwarty faul, tak powiem.
And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really Clark seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. Would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Johnson, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Valanciunas hits them both.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage.
Oj, się wykiwałem sam.
And that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
And Mirotic sends it back. They recover.
Nie ma wody na pustyni. Up.
Good and a nice assist from Noah. 8 points for Aaron Brooks.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of
no i się przepnął. To bolało, nie? Aj. Mur. Ja zdążył, po co to podanie było?
Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
You know, talking about
Nie
Valanciunas,
tak.
clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
DeRozan against Brooks. From outside the arc. Shots.
Piękne wyjście.
But the defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
Screened by Valanciunas. Johnson, a wide open look. It's hauled in by Noah. Noah's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Just a solid
Faul i punkty, brawo.
The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The Bulls have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And that one falls from
Punkty.
Here's Joseph. 26 points for him last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb.
Szkoda.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour.
Program.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Bulls out front, running away with this one. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show.
Stamielec wybiła Kielce po 35 minutach, 17-17. A Pogoń Szczecin prowadzi z Piotrkowem Trybunalski 18-15 po 39 minutach.
They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Ernie, I'm going to hit you with some Spanish. Reason number uno why they're being blown out is their poor rebounding. Is that right? Rebounding? I don't know. Rebounding, whatever, however you say it. They're just not bad enough. Where's the fight? They've had way too many one-and-done possessions. Time to crank up the effort, Ernie.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
See you, see you.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far.
No, takim tempem.
You're hot, and that's certainly been the case for DeRozan. He's got 13 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Jamari Carroll is out there with Scola. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's
Wow.
and it's Biombo at the 5 down low.
Się chowa za zawodnikiem, to tak to jest. No i
coming off a perfectly placed assist. Joseph's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Raptors. The drive by Brooks off his foot,
Wow.
and it's being called a kickball.
Co?
The 3.
Nie ma.
Now Toronto
Co za dużo tu jest domu.
time they met was in Toronto.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest
Yeah,
with
się
you,
prał.
I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't
No
have
i
to work
dali
as
mu
hard for it
wejść.
as they should have.
Nie.
Here's Portis, guarded by Scola. Right side.
No wakaś się.
The shot. And that one's on target from the wing.
Tylko za 2.
He's got 9 points.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Now here's Joseph. Brooks covering. Now Joseph. He has 6. And the
The one-hand slam is so sweet. when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth. Even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Chicago calls timeout. Chicago making some changes. Tony Snell comes in for McDermott, and Moore subbed in for Aaron Brooks.
Tony Snell. Each one more.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And here is Moore. He's got 7. Takes the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Moore's got 10.
The defense is far too slow to close out.
10 punktów Moora.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Toronto calls timeout.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through DeRozan. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half, and Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Drugi faul Moora.
We're far enough away from the 2013 draft where we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
No.
And the shot no good, a bit short.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And for the 2013 draft class, not
No,
sure
to ma być przejęte.
that class, but there are quite a bit of rotational players that are effective.
And Kevin, listen, there's still a chance to see a couple of all-stars emerge from the class, as there are some elite talents that just need time to grow. And overall, there weren't too many contenders. Almost every lottery pick is a rotation player at this point.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
No.
Hands it from downtown.
3.
DeRozan's got 16 points.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love.
Oh ho ho ho!
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever?
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And a foul.
Aj, szkoda, bez punktów.
That time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Chicago shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim
Oh.
is checked in for...
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin.
Techniczny faul? Kto kogo faulował? O co tu chodzić? Sędziowie mają to się tak z głową.
For Toronto, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Jaki techniczny faul? A podaj mu piłkę, niech rzuca, bo ile można czekać. No, panie połę. I zaczną z boku. Dziwne.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. They set the pick.
Ah.
Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. Johnson pass to Patterson.
Padła.
Bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ.
Chuje, no komu ty podałeś kozłem? Nie wyszedł?
He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball.
O,
And going back to Patterson,
jakiś zastój.
he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly
No i proszę.
battle between
O,
Florida
czerwone
and
włosy.
Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space
No.
floor. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up.
Minuta.
Now here's Joseph. Defense right on him. So the whistle
No, a
blows on the shot.
fauluje.
2 free throws for the
Drugi
contact
faul w
right there.
trzecim meczu. No. Krówka.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs
Nie ma.
still look
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for each one more. Alan Junis hits them both. Brooks with him. He's got 11.
Nie ma, ale trzeba jeszcze zebrać chłopie to jak.
got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And Gibson over to help. To the right side. Patterson, the screen. On the wing, Johnson. Wide open. And he gets it to go.
I 20 skowszewek.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field, and everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that.
Ale mu pozwolące podał.
Put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line, and they found a way to do it here in the second half.
The shot is off. Great defense that time from Noah. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls.
Nie, no co jest grane, no. Brawo.
So strong in the paint.
Here's Brooks.
Zaliczone. Tak jest.
The buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You gotta tip your hat to him. That was well done.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Bulls leading by 22. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. Portis is out there at Pau Gasol. And it's Brooks in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Powell. Brooks covering. There's the dish to Biombo. Out to DeRozan.
And guys, more and more, you know, we're seeing the league.
Nie, no tak nie można mu dawać podchodzić pod kosz.
Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of carrymen along the baselines in half.
No rzucasz chłopie. To się czaisz.
Raptors shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Inside, here's Scola. And the foul called on Big Mac Biombo.
Biombo? Biombo. Follow. Biambo byczku lębiowskim.
Just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Goes up on the wing.
Kujen, to by nie mogło wyjść.
Here's the Raptors with the ball. The kick out to Scola from about 19 feet. Chicago grabs the miss. Portis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Wow.
Carroll dishes to DeRozan. Good work defensively by Gasol.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Nice shot by McDermott.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Scola, a screen on Butler. Scola gets to DeRozan. Shoots from 12.
Co to było?
Scola, the bucket, and the assist from DeRozan. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Right wing. It's tipped. And that goes out of bounds.
No, szczęśliwie.
With the 2014 draft class, Clark, it was so hyped up, a lot of teams probably didn't care that they were losing some games at the end of the year as they themselves were testing some younger players on their roster.
Yeah, agree with you wholeheartedly there. And you look at the guys from that class, many of them have star potential.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Thompson. DeRozan comes in, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Wright. Finished off the break. 20 points for DeMar DeRozan.
20 punktów do zdobył.
Yeah, I think it's always better
Co
to
to
go
za...
early in transition to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Joseph, the pass to DeRozan.
Widzę młodzież na boisku, ale zbieramy.
With the free throw line, Jay.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Nie, oczywiście nie ma.
Their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And Joseph kicks to Scola. Holiday with the block.
Ha, ładnie oddał za 3, ale...
Bulls have gone 4 of 7 for the field since the beginning of the fourth. More dishes to Dunlap. Here's Bairstow.
Fujeny.
Boy, he really bungled that.
Nie umie rzucać chłopak.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And DeRozan kicks to Scola.
No ale nie można tak chłopie.
The stupendous finish in traffic.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Outside Holiday. Back to Moore.
Ho ho!
Gosh. Take it the other way. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Raptors also with a sub. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo.
Biyombo.
The Raptors shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Joseph with the ball, guarded now by Aaron Brooks. And Carroll
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Brooks kicks it to Noah. Shot off the screen, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 4 assists in the game. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Portis. Mirotic comes in for McDermott. Justin Holiday's checked in for Butler. And Moore subbed in for Aaron Brooks. A new group in now for the Raptors. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll.
No nie,
And it's right in
nie można, panowie.
That's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas.
No, a i zawsze tam się ustawi, gdzie nie trzeba.
Right outside. On the wing, Johnson.
No i 3,
Another basket for Toronto.
2.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bulls.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't. They not only lightened the load, the bench guaranteed and actually produced the win.
They sure did. And these guys already with 45 wins on the year. So tonight we'll make it 46.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series.
Nie, by się zabił.
Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think
Po
this
co te
was the
rzuty za
biggest
3?
game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
And what a huge
Padła.
performance it
Nie
was
wiem, bany.
for Jimmy Butler. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
And Gibson kicks it to Noah. A 3-ball. Moore with the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 19.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. From deep, Johnson, good.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
Noah, the pass to Moore. Dishes it to Mirotic. Good, and a nice assist from Noah.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them.